Welcome to Seize the Mains by Raj Malhotra's IAS Academy. I am Surbhi Sardana and this is season 3 of our daily answer writing initiative. This daily answer writing or mains answer writing initiative is running in coordination with our website, which is rajiasacademy.com. This is our website. The link to this website is available in the description below. Click on it, it will take you to this website. Here at mains answer writing section, if you click, you will see a list of all the questions and answers that we have discussed on Seize the Mains initiative over the past many months. What you can do is, after this discussion, the question that we are taking today, जिस भी question पे हम discussion कर रहे हैं, आप उस पर अपना आंसर लिखिए, write your own answer to it, submit your model answer in the paragraph in the typed format or using a photograph of your answer sheet on our website in the comment section, and I assure you that in the next 48 hours our team will respond back with their valuable feedback entirely free of cost. So the topic for today is child marriage or child marriages. The question regarding this is for day 112. We are at day 112 of Seize the Mains today. The question is, discuss the reasons responsible for prevalence of child marriages in various parts of India. What are the government initiatives in this regard? Answer in 250 words. So child marriage, whether you've seen it around you or not, it has not been eradicated as a problem, as a social problem from India as of yet. So yes, this is a problem. We have the latest data that around 23% of all the marriages that occurred in India were child marriages in the past few years. So also after the pandemic, there have been many organizations which have stipulated or forecasted that the number of child marriages in India would increase because of the economic constraints introduced by the pandemic. The economic problems that have come with the pandemic, they will increase the number of child marriages in India. The parliament is also keen to bring a new bill to increase the legal age for people to get married in India. If the legal age increases, then there would be lesser chances of people marrying before a stipulated age. This would be sending a direct message to Indian society that they cannot break the law and the law says something else, something that is in opposition to what they think. So before I talk about the answer, how to write it, there are parts of the answer which should be entirely clear to you. So if you look at the question, it says discuss the reasons responsible for prevalence of child marriages in various parts of India. The second one is, what are the government initiatives in this regard? So see, first of all, as I told you that child marriage has not been eradicated, it has not ended as of now. So first of all, you will have to write in your introduction how much is the prevalence of child marriage in India, क्या status है, what is the status of child marriages in India, कितनी marriages हो रही हैं, what is the percentage, and once you highlight the percentage or status of child marriages in India, that time you will be able to create a ground for your body paragraph that what are the reasons that child marriage has not ended in India or why is it prevalent at such a high rate. तभी पता लगेगा कि आप reasons क्यों दे रहे हैं, because in the introduction आप बता देंगे कि बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है, डेटा पे नज़र डालने से ये पता लग रहा है. After that we'll straight away move to the government initiatives part कि government ने क्या किया है. Then in the conclusion, after writing all this about the introduction, about the reasons, about the government initiatives, in the conclusion we'll write down that yes, a lot of progress has occurred. We have saved हमने डेटा बचा के रखा है कंक्लूजन के लिए, showing the decadal decrease in child marriages in India starting from 2005 to 2015. तो काफ़ी almost 50% child marriages reduce हो गई हैं, but still around 23% of marriages are still child marriages which happen in India. So you will have to focus on child marriage as an issue, and in the conclusion you will have to also give a way forward, how to tackle this, why to tackle this, and still there is a long way to go. So that is how you will close your answer. For more clarity, just keep watching the video. We are starting with our answer now. So let's focus on the introduction part. Here you have to focus on child marriage as an issue. Define child marriage, specify कीजिए details क्या होती है इंडिया में, child marriage हम किसको मानते हैं and कितनी ज़्यादा child marriages हो रही हैं. So child marriage refers to a marriage to which either of the contracting parties is a child. So the female could be a child or the male could be a child, and if a male has not completed 21 years of age and if a male is getting married to a female, then the male is a child, and if a female has not completed 18 years of age and she's getting married, then that would constitute a child marriage under the legal provisions that we have as of now. So according to the latest National Family Health Survey 5, 23%, 23.3% of the total marriages that occur in India are child marriages. And now you've given data, you've given definition of child marriage, you have given prevalence or status of child marriage, kitni zyada hai. Then in the introduction, expand the issue of child marriage, that where is it prevalent. For example, if you are सिटिंग इन अ मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटी, तो हो सकता है आपने चाइल्ड मैरिजेस के बारे में ना सुना हो या ना देखा हो या आपको लगता हो कि ये तो इशू ही नहीं है. सो जस्ट फोकस ऑन द part where child marriage is a big issue. So states with a large population of tribal poor have a higher prevalence of child marriage. For example, in Jharkhand, 32.2% of women in the age bracket 20 to 24, उनसे जब पूछा गया, they told that yes, they got married before 18. So that is your 32.2% of women. That is a huge percentage according to the latest National Family Health Survey. Now you can use the short form here. Write the full form once in your answer, and second time use the short forms. So child marriage is far more prevalent amongst girls than boys, and this highlighted the gender dimension of the problem. Now why we are writing this point? We are writing this point because हमारे जो reasons हैं जो कि child marriage के होने वाले हैं, they will be mostly tilted towards girls. For example, if we are writing 7 reasons, 5 reasons would be about child marriages of फीमेल्स, क्योंकि डेटा के अकॉर्डिंग देखा गया है कि फीमेल्स की ज़्यादा चाइल्ड मैरिजेस होती हैं एज़ कम्पेयर टू बॉयज़. बॉयज़ आर स्टिल गिवन द टाइम टू स्टडी और टू रन अ बिजनेस एंड टू वेट, and the family is still ready to wait till they turn 21. But for females, that families do not wait until they turn 18. So yes, what are the reasons for prevalence of child marriage in India? The first one is poverty. Obviously, we are not a very rich country. Many people, a great percentage of people in India are below poverty line or come from lower middle class families, and who feel that marrying off children at an early age would be the final resort. So poor families resort to child marriages to avoid all sorts of burden of a female. For example, dowry, education, etc. The later the girl is married, they feel that more dowry they'll have to pay for a girl who is over age or beyond a certain age. The younger the girl, the better the chances of her finding a family, a relationship prospect, or lesser dowry. That is what is the mindset that prevails in many of the families. The second and the very important one here is patriarchy. Now in patriarchy, what people feel is that they feel that girls are a liability. They just need to take care of them till a certain age. Even if the girl is educated and she gets a job, she will not be supporting her initial family, that is her parental family. She will be a financial asset to the new family, not to the previous family. So what do parents do is they feel that the girls have to be married off anyway or any day, and they do not spend or put a lot of money in educating the girls. So girls in a patriarchal setup are considered to be a liability, as marriages in India pose a heavy burden on their families. Also, the resources put behind their education are perceived to be a waste of money. That's what we talked, as they feel that the girls would be married off. Hence, they are not seen as individuals who can contribute productively to the family. These beliefs lead parents to marry the girl child at an early age rather than spending on her education or keeping her back home. The third one is social mobility. So marriage in India, that it is not just about relationships. It is an enterprise. It is business, or that is exchange of things that occurs in marriages in India, and we are all aware of that. Marriage is an enterprise. So for social mobility, for example, if one of the families, for example, if the girl's family is not from a good economical background, sometimes they marry off the girl, they just give the girl off at a very early age before she attains puberty or before she attains the legal age, sometimes even before she attains puberty. So in return they charge money. In return they're able to get money from the man's family side, and this could be vice versa also. So the institution of marriage is often used to strengthen economic and social ties. Sometimes families want to stay connected, or they want to stay together in the long relationships, so or far off relationships. So what they do is they exchange daughters at a very early age, or they get their children married at a very early age to maintain those social ties between different families, and a young girl may be offered to a family in order to improve the financial and social standing of the girl's family. The fourth one is the legal conundrum. So yes, the age of 18 is legal for girls, but there are many personal laws in the country. हर religion का अपना personal law है country में, हर community का, हर tribe का अपना personal law है. We do not have uniform civil code as of yet. So personal laws में जो specified है particular age for marrying a girl or a boy, that varies from religion to religion, and that is not exactly the age of 18. So there is that legal conundrum also. Then there is insecurity, that if the girl is not married by a particular age, there would be eve teasing, or somebody might molest the child or things like that. So, and also there is a lot of societal pressure that enters the family when the girl is not married off at a certain age. So to secure them from offences like assaults, eve teasing against unmarried girls, their parents are in a hurry to marry their daughter soon after she attains puberty, or even before that. Then the sixth one, and it is about share in ancestral property. The parental family, they want to keep the entire property, no matter how big or small it is. They want to keep it to themselves, and they feel that spending on marriage is just one event. They'll spend on it and they'll send the girl off, and the girl will not demand ancestral property if she has a house of her own, that would be of her husband's. So they want the property to remain undivided, even if it is a small amount of property. So what they do is, early marriage is a way of denying share of ancestral property to females, that just marry them off and then they will not come back and ask their share in the property. So the property stays with the family, nothing goes out. And yes, legally girls can demand, women can demand ancestral property, but there is a whole legal battle that goes around in courts and nobody wants to face it. So marriage is seen as an option there. In the body paragraph 2, we'll talk about government initiatives. What has the government been doing with regards to all this that has been happening? The first one is legislations. Obviously, the government's first resort is to bring laws against a particular social menace. So the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006 is there. You have the POXO Act is there. Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act 2012, that is there. These two acts, they aim at protecting children from violation of rights. See, we do not have a lot of word limit. What you can do is, if you feel that you need to expand POXO, or you need to expand this Prohibition of Child Marriage Prohibition of Child Marriage Act, don't take more than one line here. Don't take more than one line here, because that would, that would not do justice to what answer you're trying to write. 250 words, we are already halfway there, and even more than that. Second one is amendment of personal laws. Yes, the government is motivated enough to bring out a uniform civil code. So amendment of personal laws is happening. Then standing committee. See, you have a parliamentary standing committee on women, children, youth, etc. that is examining the legal age for marriage. So they are examining the pros and cons of raising the age of marriage for women to 21 years. So the task force headed by Jaya Jetli, this was the previous task force, they recommended that the age of women to get married should be raised to 21, and this should be done in a phased manner. एकदम से सारी communities के लिए मत कीजिए, but phased manner में कीजिए. So yes, they have taken recommendations of this task force, and on the basis of recommendations of this parliamentary standing committee, a new bill would be brought up probably in the next session of parliament. अगले session में एक bill आ जाएगा, and soon it would become an act. The fourth one is helplines. You have 1098, 1098, which is 24/7 helpline or child line, I would say. to help children in crisis. So that is a telephone emergency outreach service for children in crisis. The fifth one is commission is there. You have National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. You have the Ministry of Women and Child Development working for all the rights of children and women especially. And then you have this National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, which undertakes various activities and programs on the issue of child marriages and related matters. Then you have awareness, generation awareness, especially in rural areas, awareness in gram panchayats, and child marriage prohibition officers. They have been notified, they have been selected and notified. The last one is schemes like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. There are Shagun and Ashirwad schemes. Now the catch here is, yes, these points would be written by everyone. Go to the latest economic review of your state. आप जिस भी स्टेट में है उसका लेटेस्ट इकोनॉमिक रिव्यू देखिए, या आप उनकी वेबसाइट्स पे जाइए जो भी विमेन एंड चाइल्ड राइट्स के लिए काम करते हैं, अपने जो नियरेस्ट जो जुवेनाइल जस्टिस डिपार्टमेंट है या जो भी चाइल्ड राइट्स के लिए काम करते हैं, वॉट एवर स्कीम्स आर वर्किंग इन योर स्टेट, नोट देम डाउन एंड note some popular schemes of other states also. For example, some schemes of Rajasthan, they have yielded very good results and they are popular throughout the country. Some schemes of Karnataka government are popular throughout the country. तो state governments की scheme, especially अपनी state government की schemes आपको मालूम होनी चाहिए, and they should be added in your answer under this schemes section, and also introduce data with regards to that what is the progress that has happened. So that would make your answer unique. आपका answer unique बनाएगा. आप ज़्यादा information मत दीजिए state के बारे में, but at least some popular scheme should be mentioned when it is a question with regards to society, क्योंकि societal problems deal करने में हम सब एक दूसरे से सीखते हैं. Either we learn from some other country, then we implement it in our country, or some state government or some bureaucrat working at the state level or the rural level, he or she implements some creative scheme, and that gets a lot of success and that gets popular all around the state. फिर उसी state government की scheme को पैन इंडिया लेवल पे इम्प्लीमेंट किया जाता है कि ऐसे इस प्रॉब्लम को डील करना है. सो हैव कॉन्फिडेंस इन ऑल द स्टेट स्कीम्स दैट यू गो थ्रू. if you're not aware, just make yourself aware about all the policies your state government is running, not just for cracking state civil services exams but for cracking UPSC as well, because that will help you in all stages of the exam, mains also and interview especially. You will be asked a great chunk of questions from your state part in your interview. In the conclusion, highlight data again. Data बताइए कि कितना improvement हुआ है. Just tell them how much improvement has happened all over these years. After that, just focus that yes, there are many children who get married before attaining puberty, before they even have this understanding of what a marriage is. उन्हें conceptual understanding भी नहीं होती है कि शादी करने का मतलब क्या होता है, क्या जिम्मेदारियां हैं, क्या कुछ है. So they do not even know about it, and before that they are married already and they also produce children. So first of all, yes, societal injustice तो है ही. This is against child rights, this is against women's right or men's rights to whomsoever it is happening. Also we've seen that अगर child marriage होती है, so whatever babies are there, they have high chances of dying before attaining a proper age, before attaining a significant age. तो वो कुछ ही दिन में या तो उनकी deaths हो जाती हैं, और there is maternal mortality, that if a girl conceives before the age of 18 or at a very early age, then there are high chances that she might die out of the pregnancy that has happened after the marriage. So this is a public health problem also, not just a societal problem but a public health issue also. So this needs more consideration, especially for you, because you'll be working as bureaucrats later sometime in your life. So let's see how to write the conclusion here. Many children even today are married before the legal age and even before they have the abilities to understand the meaning of this social institution. Nevertheless, child marriages pose a threat to Indian society and public health, as consequences of child marriage not only violate children's rights but also result in more infant and maternal deaths. If you think child marriage का कोई और नुकसान होता है child rights के अलावा और infant and maternal deaths के अलावा, go ahead, write about it here and underline it. Underline कीजिए वो keywords को. Then in India, child marriage reduced from 47.4%, that is around 50% in 2005 to 2006, to 26.8% in 2015-16, registering a decline of 21% points during the decade. Exact data इतना important नहीं है, but अगर आपको decadal data याद है कि पहले almost 50% होती थी और इतना percent अब 27% के आसपास हो गई थी 2015 तक. ऑल्सो द लेटेस्ट डेटा इज़ नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट. अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आपको डेकेडल चेंज भी दिखाने के लिए, you just need to remember data from 2005 and if you remember the latest data, that is fine. अगर ये 2015 और 16 का भी डेटा अगर आप represent कर रहे हैं, that would be very good. Don't feel that we are sitting in 2022. अगर इसके बाद कोई डेटा आपके पास है जो कि decadal change represent करे, for example next time in 24 or 25 we'll be having decadal change from 2015 to 16, then it will become more clear. But if you're sitting before that, तो आपके पास ये डेटा है. So as of now, as we mentioned in the introduction also, the percentage of child marriages in India has been seen to be 23.3% according to NFHS. Hence the progress is commendable, no doubt it is commendable, but still there is a long way to go, because अब जो marriages हो रही हैं which are child marriages, they are hidden. Earlier these were happening publicly. Everybody knew about it. Now people know that this is illegal under various acts and they can be jailed. Still, if they are resorting to it, even after a lot of awareness, so these marriages would for sure be done under secrecy. So that 23.3%, this is the real issue, this is the real challenge to deal with. So this ends your answer. The entire answer has been uploaded on our website to help you go through it. Go through the model answer on rajisacademy.com, mains answer writing section, question number 112. The link to our website is in the description, and for sure share your answers with us in the next few days or strictly by tomorrow so that we can evaluate your answers as soon as possible. Stay tuned. I'll see you tomorrow with another discussion.